Hey guys, it's Run for Make It by Ren, and if you want to see how I deep clean makeup brushes, stay tuned for more. Okay y'all, so today I will be showing you how I wash my makeup brushes or deep clean them. I do this a lot because whenever I do professional gigs, I clean my brushes after every client by shampooing and conditioning them just to keep it sanitary and nice and clean. And I do it a lot, so I've come to find a routine that works for me. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Hopefully you can learn from it, take some tips for you, incorporate them in your own routine, and maybe you can share some things with me too. So these are all of the different products I use to deep clean my brushes. Let's go ahead and start. This is Clorox wipes. I just use these to clean off the brush handles to get rid of any makeup residue that's gotten on the brush handle to keep it nice and clean. I use this pink soap to get out really hard to clean stains. For example, Duo stippling brushes, the Sigma F80, they kind of get stained easily and you can't get them out with regular shampoo, so I use this and it gets out stains really good. You can also use it to get out residue from products like lipstick and lip gloss brushes. If you don't have this, you can also use olive oil. It's a good substitute that helps to break down grease. I use Perion Spirit Brush Cleanser to get out lip gloss and lipstick from my makeup brushes. It gets rid of that sticky stuff really good, and it smells good, and it's really quick and easy. Here I have shampoo and conditioner. I use baby shampoo. You can use the generic form, that's fine. And I use regular hair conditioner. This is just one I had laying around. And I use that to shampoo and condition my brushes. I have all my dirty brushes in this Office Mac pencil cup, and I keep them separate. Here I have just an empty case, like it's the top of a pencil box. And this is where I pour my different solutions. I have my conditioner, my pink soap, and my baby shampoo. That way I can kind of save the product and dip into it with the actual bristles of the brush. And here I have just a clean towel. It's kind of bleached, but it's clean. And you can lay your brushes on here to dry. You can lay them over the edges of this bathroom counter, so that way, you know, the bristles don't get smushed, and so you don't get any kind of mold or any kind of weird stuff growing because it's touching the surface. If you have a different method, like I've seen some people use CD racks, so it's just, you know, drying upside down or just on the side. It's good to have it just hanging off of the surface though. And you never want to leave it going up like that, or else water's gonna go into here, into the ferrule, and it's going to break your brush. So there's that. Then we have just the sink, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so when I first start washing my makeup brushes, I actually like to do the big face brushes first because I find it kind of goes quicker that way for me. It might just be psychological, but that's what I do. So I take the brush, whatever one I'm doing. This is a big face brush by Sigma, and I just dip the bristles into a little bit of shampoo. After you dip your brushes into the shampoo, get a little bit of lukewarm water, and I just like to brush it back and forth on my palm and work the shampoo in. And I pretty much just kind of work it through the bristles, and I keep on just kind of going like this back and forth, and then I'll go like this. I'll keep checking to see if any residue is coming out, and if it looks like it's just a clean sudsy white, then I'll go ahead and know it's pretty clean. This one didn't have a lot of product on it, but just so you know, this is how I clean it, and I keep it pointed down so water doesn't get into the into the barrel and into the handle. So I'm just kind of wash it out like that, and then I dip into a little bit of conditioner. Massage it through just to kind of keep the bristles soft, and you wash that out again until it feels like you've gotten most of it out. And then what I do is I kind of squeeze the tip, and then I lay it on the edge of my towel to dry. You can put on a brush guard just to kind of make it keep its shape. This one is a larger brush guard to fit the powder brush, and just keep it like on the edge. What you can also do is take paper towel or tissue and just kind of wrap it up nice and tight against the bristles, and I will do the exact same. So let's say you have a brush like this, like the duo sibling brushes. These get stained really easily because of the white tips, and if you really want to get it out, you can try shampooing it, but sometimes you'll notice a little residue still on the top. So what I like to do is take pink soap, which is this one right here, and I have it in my little container, and I just kind of dip it in. And I notice what works is if you take a clean towel, this is just a makeup stain towel, and if you just kind of buff it back and forth, and this will help to really get the stain out. As you can see, a lot of it is already out, and you can just go ahead and wash it out, and then look how white that is. So this is really good for cleaning these kind of brushes. Works really good with the Sigma F80 as well. And I still condition it because it has a mix of natural fiber in there. And I lay it out to dry. So to save time, once I've done all the big brushes, what I like to do is take some of the small brushes, and I like to group them according to what I use them for. So let's say I have a couple of these brushes that I use for concealer. So they're all dome shaped, they all have the same kind of product on them, and I'll take 3 or 4 at a time, and this is how I really save time with my brushes. So I take them and I just bounce them on my hand like this, so that they're all kind of even. That way if one of them is longer than the other, it doesn't really matter. Then wet the bristles, dip it into the shampoo, and then I'll go ahead and wash them like that. And it really saves time. And by doing this, you're not mixing product together and kind of dirtying up another clean brush. That's why it's important to kind of group them. And you'll kind of really cut the brush cleaning process in like a third. So look, it's clean already, all 4. A little bit of conditioner. I'll take my Clorox wipe, and there's a little bit of makeup smudges on here, not really bad, but just to make sure it's nice and clean, I'll just take the Clorox wipe and run it up and down the bristles to make sure everything's nice and clean. And when you're done with this, just kind of shape the tips, just because these dome shaped brushes are, you want to keep that nice shape. You can also put a brush guard on these if you want, and then lay them out on your towel to dry. Clorox wipes are also really good to clean off the metal spatula that you have. So it comes right off, and it's disinfecting it, and it's brand new all over again. So here we have our lip brushes, and these have been pretty much the hardest to clean for me because you can kind of wash and shampoo them, but you'll always have that sticky residue, which is just not good. So in the past, what I've done is used olive oil, and you just basically massage it in, and you'll notice it'll break up the grease. But then I noticed that you have to do an extra step of shampooing that out, which it works, but you know, I have found a better method, and it's to take Perion Spirit Brush Cleanser, which I got at IMATS. It came with this little jar with a grate on the bottom to kind of swish the brushes back and forth. So I just fill it up just to cover up the grate. And then what I do is I just brush my dirty brushes back and forth. So here's a before, and then go like this. And the grate really helps to kind of give a friction, so that way you get all the particles off the brush. And just kind of massage it in. I don't leave it to soak because I don't want the water going up into the ferrule. And as you can see now, the water is kind of pink from the lipstick and the lip gloss. And as you can see, it's bright and clean, and it smells really good. It smells like oranges. And that's it. You don't even have to wash it off because it's fresh cleanser. And it's not sticky at all. And that was really quick, right? So that's how you clean lip gloss and lipstick brushes. You can also do the same thing with concealer and foundation if you find it's hard to get out of your brushes. But you might want to make sure to clean this brush cleanser out regularly because you don't want the dirty water getting all over the place. So I might just rinse this off with water when I'm done. But you can see that all the residue is gone, and that's it. So I'm just gonna rinse this off in the sink real quick just because I don't want any of that pink residue on it. And it's brand new. See? So here are some eyeliner brushes that I use for like liquid and gel liner. Now this is an example of brushes that you definitely want to group together if you wash them in groups, because this black stuff will kind of mess up, for example, if you wash eyeshadow brushes with it. So you want to kind of keep it separate. It actually comes out really easily. Just wet the bristles, dip it in a little bit of shampoo. And you can see it coming right out. And you kind of keep doing that until you see that the black stuff is no longer. And you definitely want to make sure to check into the base because sometimes liner gets down here and sometimes you skip it. So really make sure you get into the base of the bristles. But as you can see now it's completely clean. And that's it. These are actually really easy to clean. So I just cleaned this brush right here. It's an angled brush and it's white and the tips are good. It's okay if the tips look like they're a little bit pink or they're a little bit yellow because that's just what it looks like when you use a white brush and it kind of dries like that. But I wanted to show you the way of kind of wrapping the bristles if you don't have the brush guard. Now this is something I got from another YouTuber named Hunter, so I totally didn't come up with this. But it's a really smart way to do it. So you take just regular toilet paper, and I would get a separate roll from the one you use in your bathroom. So all you have to do is take it and fold it about 1/3 of the way over, like that, just so it's kind of like a little bit shorter. Then take it and wrap it around your brush, like that, nice and tight. And then all you do is push it up, and it gets it nice and tight onto the bristles. And it kind of soaks up water too, and it stays like that if you lie it down on the surface. So you can go ahead and just lay this flat along with your other brushes, and that way you don't have to invest in brush guard. So here's some of the brushes that I just washed in the video. It took a really quick amount of time to do. I clean so many brushes. Sometimes with gigs I probably clean like 100 brushes or something crazy. And this really saves me time and it really gets my brushes nice and clean. And I just hope some of these tips helped you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any other tips and tricks about cleaning brushes, leave them in the comments. Check out my blog, makeitbyrenrun.com, to see all the different products I use and my methods. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.